LaxRatz boys high school lacrosse game. The Chief also joined by California for the Los Angeles Southern Section boys final lacrosse game between the white-clad Palos Verdes Sea Kings and the blue-clad Loyola Cubs. Chief, why don't you talk a little bit about Palos Verdes?
They've been playing great lacrosse, or can they take the next step tonight? Look to see them go through Brad Sharp. He's been on fire all season and rooted in goal. D. McCann, he's probably the best goalie in LA in my opinion.
They've got a defensive midfielder back who didn't play earlier, right?
Yeah, Jacob Ramirez had a hand injury, but he's back. D-middies are scrappy for PV. They're quick, they're fast, they get up and down the field, so happy to be at full strength here.
If you're looking for the championship pedigree between these two teams, currently it resides with Loyola. They have won the last 3 Los Angeles championships. They've won 2 victories over Orange County. Yet this year they lost to Palos Verdes in a game that wasn't really close. What's changed since then? Well, number one, they've changed goalies. And we'll have Chris talk about that in a little bit. But in addition, Kaiser Fry, number 4, did not play in that game, nor did Preston Barnes, who's a key long pole for them. And just if you want a key for Loyola this game, to me it's the frying pan. The Fry twins went for 3 goals each in their semifinal win. They didn't do much against Palos Verdes. One of them missed the game. I think it's key for them to put Palos Verdes in the frying pan and put them in the fire. If so, I think they can make this a great game. Chris, why don't you talk a little bit about the goalie situation? You know, they've got 2 great goalies here, where they're riding one right now.
2 fantastic goalies. I mean, an All-American Will Parducci, and they're starting Cam Baylor tonight. Nice to see Cam to get a shot out there, see what he can do. And, you know, Loyola is really the New England Patriots of high school lacrosse out here. They rise to the occasion and play extremely well in big games. I'm excited to see what their defense does, what their zone is like tonight. I'm excited to see how they handle the PV offense and how they neutralize the PV face-off guy. I think it's going to be a fantastic game.
One key element will be the face-off dot. Chief, I think we're expecting Cole Clinton of Palos Verdes to win the majority of these. If Loyola can break even, it'll probably be good for them.
Yeah, even if you go 60-40 here, you know, you neutralize Clayton. Clayton's been a stud all year, so we'll see Godfrey and Clayton at the X. And right there, Godfrey takes the first face-off. That's huge.
That's huge. That's a huge win for them. That sets the tone.
Yeah, 13 is Gaffney. We've seen these teams play several times, stream their games, and we expect Loyola to be patient on offense, but they will not be in awe of Palos Verdes. Palos Verdes actually pressing out a little bit more than we've seen them do. Expect Loyola to draw the slide and pass. PV defenders are tough to beat on a dodge one-on-one.
PV's way pushed out as well. Aggressive defense, like that.
They've tended to start slowly in games, PV has, and maybe they've decided they don't want to risk falling behind or losing the flow of this game.
So important in the beginning of the game just to get comfortable. This kid will go to the goal every single time, and he loses it, but we'd like to see 13 on the ball.
Gaffney loves to dodge, man. Great sophomore. Good ride. Great ride. Way to get the ball back.
That's Kaiser Fry. We talked about him at the top of the show. Great upfield check.
Ooh. That's Garvey with a strong take. Garvey having a great year, and then McCann making a big save. As you'll see, McCann does a good job of getting down to the splits and kicking the ball aside.
Chief, as a former goalie, you always like to get that early touch, and McCann got it right there.
Yeah, see the ball, get comfortable, make a save, and McCann got the first one. And the second one, that's huge!
And a great feed from Kaiser Fry, which we did not see in the first game. Point blank, look for number 38. That was Jack Carolyn. And again, look at the upfield ride. We saw this in the semifinal game where Loyola was successful pressing Oaks Christian in that game and really making it difficult for them to clear.
And just
early nerves, right? Shaking it off, early nerves.
Yeah, you know, the first 5 minutes getting comfortable. So expect it not to be so pretty, but they'll calm down. They'll get into their groove. They've been here before.
Two minutes gone by. Again, blue-clad Loyola on the attack against white-clad Palos Verdes.
PV running their D-mids, who also play offense, are both Jake Jellison and Ryan Wilson. Palos Verdes, you have Gaffney up top. Looks like number 17, Trey Moore up top.
You got a short stick on Gaffney. That's a pretty good matchup. I'd go on him.
Early shot, another save by McCann. He's ready, definitely not feeling the nerves, huh, Chief?
Yeah, he's comfortable. Let's see if they can corral this Smart call by Jimmy Burrell, timeout.
Excuse me, that was Garvey and Coach there.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, Palos Verdes will trigger. That is number 11, Brad Sharp, a.k.a. Flo Seiden. So first real controlled PV possession here. We've been talking about matchups all along, Chief. What do you see here?
Yeah, we'll come back to the matchups we saw on the other end. Right now, let's see what Loyola does. Do they play zone against Sharp? Who matches up on Sharp? It looks like they're in a zone right now. So PV is going to be patient to get the ball around.
Now, we've seen them lock off on Sharp, and it looks like they are now at 26.
Right, I think they're going to make Landon Smith have to be a ball carrier out there. He gets a step to his left, and he finds the side of the goal, or a huge save by Beeler. That's huge. First time in a championship game.
Loose ball controlled by Loyola. That's 14 Pettit. All right, let's talk about the matchups on this. And for starters, the Palos Verdes is putting the long pull, Neil Randall, on number 3, Alex Horowitz. And we saw them play earlier. Horowitz, who typically will score 2 or 3 goals a game, had nothing through 3 quarters. He was locked down, but then he got loose on backdoor cuts twice in the 4th quarter against Palos Verdes in that game. Now, you guys were debating where do you put your other long pole versus a short pole.
Right now we have the second line for Loyola out there. Although you have Speed Fry out there. This is Carolyn with the ball. Gets held. Probably going to be a hold here, which is probably a good call. But you have Speed Fry out there. You have number 7, Kyle Kirkpatrick, and he's flanked on the wing by number 24. That is Aiden Labella. So their second team right now. Walker Mole is on Labella.
I'm going to guess they're just going to look to get a possession out of these guys.
Well, you got Speed Fry, who's been a first-line midi. He's a Division I football player. That's a great look.
Great look, great save.
A shot and a goal. Who got that rebound, Chief?
Horowitz, that's number 3. He's Johnny on the spot, able to find the change and put it back in the bank.
With 7 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the first quarter, Loyola strikes first and leads 1-0. Second face-off of the game. Loyola controlled the first.
Thought that would be a big deal.
Doing it with we're doing it with the middies. I mean,
That uncanny knack, not only to find the right spot, but the right time to flash, to get open and get the ball in his stick.
Right, and that's what makes a good player great, is knowing where to be, when to be. We talk about lacrosse IQ, and Horowitz has it. Also, matchups have changed. Right now, you got their best defenseman, number 17, is Garden Fry. And who they pulling, Chris? Who do you see them
got
pulling?
a short stick on Matt Garvey. I'd love to see Garvey go on him. He's a great, smooth player, fantastic dodger with an awesome shot.
Well, you're right. They've moved Neil Randall, 17, off of Horowitz and onto Fry, which is clearly a concession to the damage that Fry can do from X.
Here we go. Nope.
So PV choosing to long stick Gaffney. Coach Jewett over there saying put a long stick on Garvey, feeling that that's a good matchup.
But here's Garvey now, right?
Goes. Yep, let's see. Off K and sidearm.
Shot goes wide. Boy, his eyes, you can see his eyes light up. As soon as he saw that short pole, he went right to the cage. 6 minutes, 30 seconds to go first quarter. Loyola leads 1-0.
So putting a short stick on Garvey, who also plays attack,
Yep.
It's going to be in his hands to initiate a lot of this offense.
I agree.
This is a great matchup right here. It's Gaffney on Noah Rowe. Noah Rowe, former midi, playing pole right now, taking the ball off Gaffney. Can he gather the change?
Move the ball.
But they got him scrambling.
Move it. Do the double.
Ooh, hell of a skip.
I think the ball movement makes sense. It's hard to dodge these defenders one-on-one.
Already the pace of the play, though, has been a lot faster than the first time we've seen these two teams play. First time we saw them play, it was a slow game. I'm going to say it was kind of boring. This is exciting lacrosse. These guys are playing with a pep in their step like it's a championship game, right as it is.
You know, even with a pep in their step, very patient. They're just looking for the right shot, the right angle. And another great save by McCann.
And another rebound corralled on the crease by our boy Horowitz. He always seems to be in the right spot, as we talked about. They're peppering the cage right now, Coach.
They are. And PV goalie's looking fantastic. He's keeping him in it.
Is that about enough touches to get yourself in the game if you're the goalie, Chief?
Yeah, he's in it. He's seeing it. Just missed that one. Got a piece.
No, it's a goal.
Yep.
Shot and a goal. Who do we have?
I do not know. That was a great fake, though.
We're going to sort this out. We'll come right back. So Loyola strikes again with a goal from Jack Carolyn. 5 minutes, 4 seconds to go first period. Loyola leads this one 2-0. Cole Clinton with a clean face-off win. I don't think any of us is surprised to see Palos Verdes fall behind early. They're a slow-starting team. In fact, one of their parents said before they think they're the worst first-quarter team in the southern section, and they also typically like to wear teams down, which would see more success third and fourth quarter. Meanwhile, we've got a very patient possession going here.
And we talked about that. Palos Verdes got here 2 hours early. I don't know if it was on purpose to watch the girls' game, and then Loyola got here about an hour before start time, so they warmed up right away.
Meanwhile, Palos Verdes was cooling his heels on the steps for 2 hours and could contribute to a slow start as well. Nice inside look from Burke Swan. He found Charbonnet and he was denied.
Yeah, that was a sweet pass inside. I think Beeler made a great save. Yeah.
Great save. That was a great skip. That was a great look. Oh, please get it on cage. You drill that in their head, right, Coach? Overhand, overhand, overhand. Get it on cage.
But great transition offense, and yet clearly Loyola is not here to try to slow things down. They get an advantage. That was Speed Fry with the clean look. Kaiser Fry.
They got a nice little pick and roll game going on back there.
Great skip. Oh.
Yeah, that one got away, but a good look, bad pass. Should be over and back, just blow the whistle. So over and back call goes to PV. They got numbers now if they push. Looks like they got a 2-on-1 if they can move. Oh, nice handle there, Brad. Sharp.
Great job by Hawkins in picking him up there.
Looks like Loyola's in that zone. Is that what you see, Coach?
That's what I'm seeing too, yeah. And they're aggressive.
They're not really locking off on Sharp. They're just playing a straight 3-3.
They're actually leaving him open on the backside right now and pushing out.
Burke Swan, who's had a huge game against Harvard Westlake. There's Charbonnet again.
Had a pull right on him, though.
Yep, great job defensively by Loyola. But PV being patient. You know, the ball movement's kind of crisp right now, so they're feeling comfortable, or looking comfortable. Ooh, just bodying him up. That's a good hard take and a great save. Look how quick they move the ball off the ground. Oh, Beeler's seeing the ball. He's a step ahead of that.
Quick hands by Sharp to pick up that rebound and get it back out.
Fantastic, great feed.
How about Beeler in his first championship game? I mean, he's been the backup all year. He's going to St. John's. He is a Division I lacrosse player, but this is the first time seeing, I mean, he was in the semifinals, but this is the finals. This is it. He's been playing phenomenal so far.
Well, I think Loyola's riding a hot goalie. I mean, in order for him to supplant Will Parducci, himself an All-American, first of all, it's great to have two goaltenders like that. But
it's a good problem to have, yeah.
He is, but he's red hot. He's been great through the playoffs. Inside of 2 minutes to go now, first period. Nice skip pass. Kaiser Fry on the shooting side this time.
You'll see anytime that Loyola inverts, PV goes right into a zone. PV able to run that ball out, retain possession.
Loyola's doing a great job of finding those skip lanes. Now they just need to bury their shots.
They've got numbers right here.
So PV has their second midi line out there. They got Burke out there. Burke Swan is the first line midi, but he's flanked by that's Jellison and Nagy. Both very good players. Both studs on the gridiron as well. Jellison's a quarterback and Nagy, former quarterback and a running back now. This is Flo Side initiating play. Can anyone run with him? We'll see. Oh! Big save. Good shot. High to high, but
We were looking right over Nagy's shoulder on that one. Great save by the...
Went really early on Sharp there, which is smart.
When you say went early, slide, you mean?
Yeah, they slid very early to him. And Sharp did the right thing and found the step down.
38 seconds to go. Do you hold for one?
Yes.
I hold for one.
Yeah, I certainly
Coach holds for one.
I hold it.
Whether or not the kids hold for one is a different story. We'll see.
Jack Carolyn. They reverse it now. 25 seconds. Gaffney. Inside look. He finds Carolyn, and that is Carolyn's second goal of the game. With 20 seconds to go in the first period, Loyola has moved ahead 3-0. Face off, and then we will go to the
Seconds left.
1-3. Hey, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors tonight. First of all, LA Lacrosse Foundation, Cal Pro, Maverick, STX, Epic Lacrosse, LaxRatz, and Todd Freshman Photography. You can contact them at photo@laxratz.com. We are back for second quarter action. I want to welcome Marissa Hewitt to the booth. Marissa is one of the icons among Southern Section girls lacrosse. Saw you handing out a trophy here in that earlier championship game, right?
That's right. I got to hand it out as the, commissioner, for lack of a better word, for the girls' half of the LA Lacrosse Foundation finals, and I've been a part of that. Helped organize the very first one in 2008, and it's been a long time since I've gotten to congratulate that PV High team for an epic win tonight against longtime rival Redondo Union.
So you had a chance to hand a trophy to Palos Verdes, but you got history with that team, right?
That's right. I both started the program and was the head coach for 14 seasons before stepping down at the end of last year to take over the role of director at Harlem Lacrosse Los Angeles.
Tell us about Harlem Lacrosse real quick.
Sure. Harlem Lacrosse is really cool because we go into inner city schools where there's a lot of lacrosse popping up all over LA, but still not hitting the city yet. And we work in schools and we bring lacrosse and academics and all sorts of great stuff to those kids, give them a chance to be part of a team and to learn the sport we have all loved.
Awesome. If somebody wants to find Harlem Lacrosse, where do they go?
The easiest place to go is harlemlacrosse.org on the website, and we're in 5 cities. LA is the newest one, and we'd love all the eyeballs on that website and volunteers and many, many, many ways to get involved. So give me a shout on there. I'll be the one who responds.
All right, Marissa Hewitt, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Drew.
All right, Loyola in possession here. We are about a minute and a half into the second quarter.
Gaffney's got to move that ball faster. Good time.
And a hurried timeout by Loyola. We'll come right back. We are back, and as we get started, I want to give a shout out to Noah Rowe's grandparents. They are Andrea and Stan. They live in in Phoenix, Arizona. That's to Andrea and Stan Paris. Thanks for tuning us in, and good luck to your grandson. Meanwhile, Loyola circles the cage.
So during break, Coach, you were talking to us about Gaffney. He's a dodger, but often dodges into doubles.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great dodger, incredible athlete. I'd love to see him get a lot of hockey assists, meaning dodge, pass, let the backside go.
Yeah, in fact, if he's getting doubled, obviously he's drawing a slide. You'd love to see him get it to the open man. Meanwhile, he's loose.
13 is, Gaffney. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Great look.
Oh, point-blank shot denied.
Tell you what, I hear Palos Verdes communing on defense. It's loud, it's in charge. They're doing a good job of doubling when they need to. This is Alligar with the...
Oh, inside look goes awry.
So Alligar took it down, made one pass.
You're going to call a push on that, Chief.
I'll take it. It's a good call. I think we have the best refs in LA here, so I think they'll do a pretty good job.
I think a couple of them said hi to you, and then when they saw you were going to be calling the game, they said they'd try to do their very best.
Yep, they got to keep it clean for the Chief and the Chopper. Ooh, a little bit of a force. That's a nice pickoff. That's 14. TC Pettit.
Nice spin move, and he will get the ball into the attack zone. And unforced error.
Yeah, they've turned it over a couple times, the last 2 times, yeah?
Yeah, and I don't know that it's always nerves. I mean, it's good defensive pressure. These teams know each other. I got a question for both you guys on the PV attack end. They're not doing anything particularly with Brad Sharp. In other words, he's not being locked off to the exclusion of all else. He's not getting many touches. As a coach, do you want to see the ball go through your All-American earlier and more often since they're not doing anything special against him?
Yeah, I'd have him touch the ball every time, every possession. It's got to go through him, without a doubt.
Completely agree with you. I think Brad Sharp has to touch the ball every possession.
Let him initiate. He draws so much traffic that he's going to get a lot of looks for his players.
And he's a surgeon out there. I mean, he sees everything. He knows where to throw it. He can actually draw the slide that he wants to open up the man that he wants. But right now he is completely unguarded back at X. This is Sharp. Now, that said, he is a patient sort, and he doesn't force things. That's why he's so effective with assists and the ball movement.
Look what Loyola's doing. As soon as he touches the ball, there's 4 eyes on him right away.
Yeah. And they're locking off his ability to go behind the cage. They're keeping him on one side of the field. We have got 7 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the second period. The white-clad Sea Kings trail the blue-clad Cubs by a score of 3-1. A little pick and roll with Sharp. Oh. A shot and a goal.
Brian Wilson.
That is his second goal in chief. It looked to me like they got into his hands before he got that shot off, but he still squeezed it off.
Let me tell you, number one, this is his first year playing lacrosse. He's an all-star football player. His brothers play lacrosse. Shout out Brandon Wilson. First time playing.
Well, we talked to his dad before the game, and I said, "Oh, you've got a player in this game." He goes, "No, I've got a football player's son who's doing this for the first year." Well, that football player's son has got the first 2 Palos Verdes goals. Back to the dot. Cole Clinton will face it with, but that, I guess, he wasn't in in their semifinal game. They were tied 3-3 with Harvard Westlake through 3 quarters, and he was not a factor. But in the fourth quarter, he won 6 straight, and they scored 6 straight goals. So clearly, a lot of their ebb and flow starts with Cole Clinton.
And they are an ebb and flow team. I think that's a great point. Like you said, they're slow to start, but that's a great check. That's number 23, Colin Hawkins. I believe going to Trinity next year.
Going to Trinity.
Verdes has a chance to make history. Their Southern Section LA Championship. And by winning tonight, Palos Verdes, I believe, would become the first and only high school to have won both the boys and girls championship. Great save!
It's a down, pick down. I don't see that right there.
Loyola scored twice.
Get guys pressing out and respecting your shot. Wilson is buried 2, and then he just found, I think, Charbonnet on the crease.
My bad. Luke. Back to the face-off dot. Chief, this football player who's just learning lacrosse has 3 points. He's got 2 goals, and he's assisted on the 3rd.
He has 3 points, so I think he's having himself a day. Kind of like a touchdown, not like a field goal score, but a touchdown counting.
And Cole Clinton had it, lost it. And it's Loyola that controls the face-off. Another well-timed timeout for Loyola. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back. It'll be Speed Fry on the near side to trigger for Loyola. They've scored 3 and they've given up 3. So we are back to even with 5 minutes even to go in the second quarter.
Coming out of a timeout with your second line midi, what do you think there, Coach? Is there Loyola's second line?
I think they're just trying to get them a little reps and gas up their one line, sub them out, and get a play on.
Yeah, but you have a chance to draw something up during the timeout, right?
Or they're going to let, is this Fry brother go here? Yep. Well, I mean, it is Loyola. They're pretty deep. They have a lot of great players, right?
This is Speed Fry with a shot in the goal. He got the angle on the right side, and McCann was not able to cut that off.
That's a huge take, and I said they're second-line middies, but these guys are some of the best middies in LA. It doesn't matter what line.
So their Loyola's second line midi would probably be a first line on any other LA team except for PV.
It was fun to watch the Fry brothers collaborate on that. Kaiser with the feed to Speed, who just ran it in. Face-off X, and it is Loyola that controls.
So Clinton didn't win the face-off. You know, he's a talented face-off kid, but that hustle and that little, I think it was a yard sale, just a little wrap check, got the ball free. So staying with the play, not losing confidence. I love to see that from Cole Clinton.
You talk about all-around athletes. The kid's a great football player, got a great football heritage in the family. He's going to go on to play D1 lacrosse. A shot in the goal!
That's Randall to flow side and back to Randall. Smart lacrosse.
So assist to Sharp, goal to Randall. But Chief, you mentioned the hustle by Cole Clinton that actually initiated that possession.
Yeah, he didn't win the face-off, but he stayed with it, caused a turnover, and ball came the other way. The thing I like about Brad Sharp is there's Clinton fighting on the face-off. Another one for Loyola, Speed Fry on that ground ball. So going back to my point about Sharp, on some teams, let's see what develops here. Oh, that's a crossbar, ping. These kids are flying around, that's for sure.
Much in contrast to the first times these teams played when it seemed like it was a lot slower game.
So, yeah, real quick to finish my point is that sometimes you don't want to throw the ball to someone because you're not seeing it. You're not getting it back. You throw the ball to Sharp, you better be ready because it can come right back to you. So you're excited to get him the ball knowing that he'll get it right back.
Procedure call against Horowitz. The ball will go back to Palos Verdes, and they've got numbers.
This is where they're best, 4v3. That was cute. I don't think he was expecting it. Cute doesn't count in a playoff game. Maybe just throw the ball.
Well, it does count. Turnover right there.
A little slop happening. But I love it. The ball's up and down. This is awesome.
Players are flying all over the
Virginia
place.
Q's, right?
Time on Palos Verdes. We'll come right back. They will trigger this through Poseidon out here at the 40-yard line. You know, we talked about this off air. This kid's got such an unbelievable toolkit, speed, vision, all of that. All of us are saying he should have the ball every time, but he's got the op manual. He's had these tools for so long, and he knows when to be patient, knows when to give it back, and when to look for an opening. So more power to him. I think we would all be overusing the tools that he's handling.
It's a true. Oh.
Unforced error, and that'll give the ball back to Loyola.
On the line, turnover. Loyola possession.
Hey, want to give a shout out to Loyola alum Mason. I see you online. Hope Babson's treating you well. Great kid, great player.
And while we're on the shout-outs for Loyola alum, Aiden Hess went on to Tufts. Big reason why Loyola was so dominant was that kid won every single face-off, so shout-out to Aiden Hess.
They're not doing too bad tonight. Unofficially, we've got them 6-4 in face-off wins. This is Kaiser Fry. They bought him out from X, put him out on top.
Right, it looks like they're in a, we'll see, kind of looks like a zone. No, they're matched up, yeah.
Well, they had Horowitz right in front. He just missed it.
Garvey scoops up loose change. That's wide.
You know?
Fundamental coach over there saying, come over the top here.
Give yourself a chance to get a goal.
Horowitz at X, checked up by Mikey Booth.
Great look.
A shot and a goal, and that is number 13, Owen Gaffney, right on cue. He has inched Loyola ahead 5-4 with 1:58 to go in the second quarter.
Huge goal for Gaffney to get on the board because he is part of the heartbeat of Loyola. He can shoot, he can rip.
Back to the dot. Cole Clinton still looking to try to establish himself for Palos Verdes.
Clinton's going out the front, you'll see. Nope, out the back. Godfried, huh? 18? Matt Godfried, he's having himself a game. Good job, Matt Godfried, shout out.
Just a sophomore.
And again, we talked about tough shoes to fill when Aiden Hess took every single face-off for Loyola.
Oh, yeah.
So this kid, you know, he'll get experience. He's only a sophomore. He's doing a heck of a job tonight. One shot, Coach. What do we think?
Yes, one shot.
Minute 25 to go. Both coaches are saying pull it out, be patient, but these are 17, 18-year-old kids, so you never know. Speed Fry
Oh, nice double.
draws a slide but throws it away. Palos Verdes still has one timeout left. Just be aware of that.
Turnover Loyola. Palos Verdes possession.
Sea Kings will advance it. They trail by a goal late here in the first half.
Somebody's going to go offsides. Up, we kept it on.
1 minute left to go in the half.
That was patient of him not to, actually.
You know, yeah, they really forced the turnover from McCann. He's such an experienced goalie. It's just a great ride by Loyola.
Yeah, they're riding really hard. They're getting on hands and making them have to make another look. You hear the Loyola bench a value call. You hear value the ball, which probably means go at about 20 seconds.
We've got about 30 seconds to go right now. This is Kaiser Fry from X. Finds his brother. Not a bad place to go. Shot goes wide.
20 seconds, you'll see them up.
20 seconds left in the half.
Carolyn starts with the ball.
At 15 seconds.
Oh, that's a big save. The way he went from high to low, got down on the ball and corralled the rebound. 7 seconds left, and this is Wilson, who doesn't recognize the clock. Up. He got it on cage.
That is it. We are through one half of play, at the end of which Loyola leads Palos Verdes 5-4. Hey, lacrosse fans, want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, CalPro. California Pro Sports has been serving Southern California for over 30 years, working with the top programs in LA and Orange County. CalPro is your lacrosse headquarters, featuring all the top brands. They feature Adidas, STX, Cascade, Epic, Maverick, Nike, East Coast Dyes, and Under Armour lacrosse gear, uniforms, cleats, and more. Stop by our retail store in Harbor City or visit us online at calprosports.com. When the game is on the line, go with CalPro. Hey, I want to give a shout out to another one of our sponsors, LA Lacrosse Foundation. Hey, support the LA Lacrosse Foundation and visit www.lalax.org for more info on how the foundation works to further the growth of the game by assisting programs in need, developing officials and coaches, and being the lightning rod of lacrosse for the LA area. For the love of the game, LA Lacrosse Foundation. second half action here, and I've got Lindsay Munoz, coach of the Westlake Warriors, and our female girls side commentator. Lindsay, quick wrap on the this earlier game for the girls championship.
Sure. So Palos Verdes came up with it. Final score was 13-9 against Redondo Union, and started out tied in the second half, and then PV kind of ran with it, doing what they do best with the draw controls and scoring off of the fast breaks. And Redondo was unable to convert on shots. Very similar outcome to what unfortunately happened to us on Saturday against PV.
Well, you guys obviously played. You lost to the best team in the tournament. That's on Wednesday or on Saturday. So anyway, good luck to you guys the rest of the way, and thanks for the quick wrap.
Thank you very much. And I just found out also they'll be facing St. Margaret's, who we had the chance to play this season and ended up beating them. But it looks like they've gotten some much improvement coming out on top of Foothill 15-11. So we'll see what happens.
All right, everybody be sure to come on out to Miracosta High School this weekend, Saturday night, for the girls game between Palos Verdes and St. Margaret's. All right, so face-off win to Loyola, Chief. That's starting to become a trend. Ball now back in possession of the Cubs.
Chopper, you got the stats on the face-off. What are the official stats?
Yeah, I do. First half, I have it unofficially as 7-4 in favor of Loyola. You said if they won 40%, they'd be in great shape. They won more like 60%.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's battling out there. It's also, nice look. Just missed Carolyn on the backside. The wings have been in. It hasn't been a clean win. It's been a scrappy team effort. So the whole face-off crew doing a great job for the Cubs.
Yeah, I think if you're not going to get somebody who's going to win it clean, then just muck it up, and they're winning in the muck. Boy, Wilson looks a steps faster than everybody out there tonight for number one for Palos Verdes.
Yeah.
Super athletic football player, right?
Yeah, he's been on the field. I think he was Bay League Player of the Year.
This is Brad Sharp. Looks it over, decides to reverse it. You know, mentioning the girls win, Palos Verdes High School girls won. They have given the boys a chance to double up boys and girls championships. Same thing going on in Orange County. St. Margaret's girls won tonight. The St. Margaret's boys are playing Foothill with a chance to double up on that side as well.
Great double team by Loyola. It ran right into that double, but good job stripping the ball loose.
Loyola possession.
And that's Garvey with the ball. Good time to dodge. Oh, one more pass.
Yard sale.
Yeah, that's all it.
And I got a question for you. How can you possibly proceed without drawing that violation? I mean, what are you supposed to do, sit down and cross your legs?
Yeah, I think the ball got lodged in a stick, and, it's procedure.
Regardless, ball back to Palos Verdes. They are on the attack. They trail 5-4 here early in the third quarter.
This is the winning quarter.
Longman has decided whoever wins this quarter will win the game. By the way, Loyola won the first quarter 3-1. Palos Verdes won the second quarter 3-2, although trailed at half overall 5-4.
PV with a little bit different look. They got Landon Smith on the crease. Usually Charbonnet's on the crease. Swarming defense.
Exactly. They're like locusts, and you know when the locusts come, they eat everything.
Will Kupek. Great ground ball, tough pass. That ball's got to be a greaser. Ball all over the place.
This is Horowitz. He was checked up by Jacob Ramirez, who again didn't play in the previous game. Ramirez, an excellent defensive midi.
Speed Fry out there initiating.
He is good going to his right, and that's the way they've got him going right now.
Good show and no slide, just show to get them to move the ball.
Horowitz.
Tough one.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, that's a rip by Gallagher, but he saw that all time, high to high.
Yeah, high to high.
Here comes Ramirez, and look at him go. Fresh legs after missing half the year.
Smart play, though, you know. Yeah, it's like it wasn't there. We'll take a possession. We just played some defense. Shout out to a couple of our boys watching the game. Logan Solberg watching the game. Had a great year at Crespi. Also, former Sea King Jake Knowles. Oh!
A shot and a goal. We were looking right over Poseidon's shoulder. He did the dodge, he did the reverse, found time and room, and let it rip. And at 7:18 to go in the third quarter, he has brought Palos Verdes even with Loyola 5-5.
What I liked is that he changed levels. He shot high to low. You know, he changed
Lefty,
levels.
change levels, 5-hole.
His goal to number 11, Bradley Sharp.
Fast pace.
Back to the face-off dot where Cole Clinton will ply his trade. This is about the time of game, in a game like this, that Palos Verdes will usually impose its will.
Yeah, they like to grind it down. Godfrey facing off. Kid feeling it today. Good for him. Oh. Nice handle.
Save.
Great footwork there, found a step. Draws three.
Gotta move it.
That's some crafty work by Carolyn. Great footwork. Able to get rid of it as he got matched up. Oh, nice skip.
Great skip.
Not sure if somebody got a stick on that, but if he completes that, it's a clean look. Carolyn's already got 2 goals, clearly has had a step on his defender.
Yeah.
Right now, observation that Loyola's winning the hustle plays. They're winning the ground balls.
They're winning the 50-50 ground balls. Oop.
Oh, quick shot.
Interesting release. That's from his hip.
That was Owen Gaffney. He didn't really show you it was coming. No wind up there, just a quick shot.
PV goalie seeing the ball.
Kaiser Fry.
Marked up by Brandon Clark. He's doing a good job on him. I don't know if they started that matchup, but Brandon Clark's had himself a quiet but pretty good year. Very good year. Ooh,
Shot goes wide.
Piece or no piece?
Great hustle play. That's number 24, Jack Algard, with the hustle play and the turnover.
Fans screaming for 5 yards.
TV parents.
All right.
Telling the refs what to do.
Oh, here it is. Fast break. They got numbers. Are they slow to slide? Do they let him shoot it? Oh, that's nice. Oh, big save by Beeler. Nice save. Holding his ground, set his feet, saw it.
That was Luke Charbonnet with a clean look, and he doesn't miss those. That's just where Loyola goalie was just better.
Turnover, Sea Kings with the possession.
Tell you what, I don't know if it's sloppy or not, but it's sure exciting lacrosse. The ball going up and down, kids flying around, bodies being banged. This is awesome.
Flo Seiden is marked up by 23, Hawkins. And now they settle back into that 3-3 zone.
A little pick and roll game. Actually, against his own, you're not going to do it. Ooh, that's a push. And
A shot to goal! Oh my goodness. Chief, we have seen some acrobatic shots this year. That takes the cake.
he just gets it done. It's plain and simple. The kid gets it done.
We have got 4 minutes, 51 seconds to go. Palos Verdes is now up 6-5. Back to the dot. We were just marveling at the IQ, the lacrosse IQ for Brad Sharp. Gave the ball up, flashed to the crease, and while he was falling down, managed to net that goal, giving Palos Verdes the lead.
Probably want to shut off up too late. Godfrey, another face-off win.
Just having a great night.
Great night.
Unofficially, we have him at 10-4 on the face-off dot.
That's very impressive. Ooh.
That's just looking to where you're going before you catch it.
Exactly right. Oh, and another turnover looks like.
I'll tell you what I liked on that. I never like a turnover, but I like somebody taking responsibility. You saw Kaiser Fry say, "That's my bad. I got it." Claim responsibility. Make a mistake, and that's okay. That'll allow your teammates to trust you and know that, you know, you take responsibility for your actions.
Failure to advance.
Failure to advance, yeah.
Great upfield ride again by Loyola. This time they results in the failure to advance call. Ball back to the Cubs. This is Kaiser Fry. I'm sorry, Speed Fry.
Yep, the speed. Loyola doing a great job riding, right? Their riding game seems to be much improved.
And, you know, we've seen PV control the midfield area against a number of teams. Not tonight. Cubs have controlled it.
Gaffney on Wilson and Speed Fry draws the long pole, and they bring up Randall on him. It's a good matchup. Oh, over the head.
Oh, clean look and a great save.
Great save.
Covers up the rebound.
Unbelievable save.
Outlet pass, so is deflected. They've got numbers.
Move it.
A shot and a goal. That is number 13, Owen Gaffney. He picked up the loose ball after the upfield ride and netted it home, and he's tied this game at 6.
Stuck that in a really tiny window, I'll tell you.
I tell you what, though, was that interference with the outlet pass? That's what he's pleading right now. You know, was that interference? Checking the replay.
That was interference.
It's a sweet save. I don't know. Looks.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's listen
Any
to a little
case-
music here. We'll come back. Face-off action. It is a scrum. They will award that ball to Palos Verdes going right to left.
City Kings possession. Looks good on the lid for Palos Verdes.
No fouls so far.
Yeah, good point by the long man. We are halfway through, actually almost fully through 3 quarters, and there's not been one flag. That's an indication of 2 great teams and officials letting some things go to let the teams work it out. So we love to see that. Palos Verdes had a game earlier this year against La Costa Canyon where there were no penalties by either team for the entire game.
Yeah, both teams doing a good job. You know, at this level, also the refs let them play, and makes them a little bit more exciting and keeps the flow of the game.
We have got about 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. We are knotted at 6 in a game that has been back and forth all night. A series of mini 2-goal runs by either team, but neither team being able to create a sufficient margin. This is Swan. Skip pass. Back.
Look. Oh!
Right side.
A big enough piece by Beeler to keep it out. Huge save.
That was Landon Smith with a clean look, but Bueller was better.
Timeout, Coach? What do you think?
Timeout, Loyola. We'll come right back. So, Coach, Loyola called that timeout with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Their guy was about to turn it over, but would you have burned a timeout there?
I usually like to save my timeouts to the fourth, but this is a possession game, and every possession counts. So it was a smart call by Coach Seth Cohen.
And a chance to draw something up on the sideline there.
Successful clear, huge clear by Loyola.
This is Garvey. Do you run it all the way down? Minute and a half to go. Garvey on the dodge gets a step. Inside look, Horowitz with the spin move.
Patient finish, patient not throwing the ball away though. You know, he didn't have the angle. Nice look.
Great cut.
A shot in the goal, and that's Kaiser Fry. He's been dishing all game. That time he took the pass from X and converted. And with a minute 19 to go, Loyola goes ahead 7-6.
And that really started with Horowitz being patient there, not taking the shot, making the extra pass. He's always been a smart player and proved it once again. Super smart.
Again, Kaiser Fry now has 1 assist and 1 goal, and that was a big one. We were talking about Horowitz.
Yeah, give Horowitz the hockey assist on that.
Clinton controls it.
Yeah, Clinton actually has the matchup. He can play offense against Godfrey. It's Wilson. He's had the hot hand today. Where'd he come from?
He's an athlete, huh?
Yeah, it's safe to say that the Bay League Player of the Year in football is probably a good athlete. That's an astute comment over there, Coach Jewett.
He showed the good hands on the catch, too, before he let it rip. PV has the ball in the hands of Flo Seiden with 1:05 to go in the third quarter.
1 minute left to go.
So if you're watching this game and you're liking what you see, please hit the subscribe button. It's right under that little window. Just subscribe. Doesn't take much. Just hit that button so we can continue bringing this to you.
Bounce shot goes wide. Yeah, show us the love. We want to keep coming back to you, continue to promote Southern Section boys and girls lacrosse.
Possession with 45.5 seconds on the clock.
Again, Brad Sharp, Flo Seiden will initiate from the far side.
You know who's been quiet? I don't see him out there right now. Burke Swan. He's had a great season. Oh, that's a hold, but he managed to get away.
A shot.
Oh, big save by Beeler. Coach Jewett, you hold it and take it in the second half, or you run one play, get a look, and then if it's not there, go second.
I'd run a play and get a look, definitely, yeah.
Okay, we're going to assess the penalty right here. It's 33 and a half seconds to go, third quarter. Penalty against Loyola. This will be the first man-up opportunity for either team. And that said, all right, on cue, here comes your boy Burke Swan to provide the man-up for Palos Verdes.
That's a hold on Loyola. Penalty time, 30 seconds.
Swan's got a big cannon from up top.
33 seconds left.
Yeah, called a 30-second hold. So you run your man-up offense where they run their wheels from up top. Got the look. It's a shot just wide.
20 seconds to go in the period, about 15 seconds to go in the penalty.
Same look.
They're finding that crease a lot.
You know, typically when they've found Charbonnet, he's had his hands free, but not against Loyola. They've had somebody in his cage the entire night.
And he's also been in his right hand, and he's primarily a lefty.
That is it. We are through 3 quarters of play, after which Loyola leads Palos Verdes 7-6. We will face off for the fourth quarter. Last quarter, third quarter was even. 2 goals apiece. It results in a 7-6 Loyola lead here to start the quarter. Cole Clinton with a clean win off the faceoff.
Just got news down in Orange County, tied up 6-6 at halftime. That's St. Margaret's Foothill. So the winner of this will face the winner of the Orange County section.
Burke Swan will initiate from the far side. Yeah, we talked about Charbonnet. They've been checking him up. It's hard for him to get to his strong hand. It's been hard for him to get his hands free. He has 1 goal tonight.
A little cross check there. Great ball movement.
Yeah, nice offense though. Just switching
Great ball movement. Love it.
ball side to side to side to side. And that's the pipe.
Shot at the post.
That's going to be a penalty.
Oh, hopefully we got that. Is a textbook tackle from a football player. Unfortunately, not appropriate on the lacrosse field.
Saw that happening. That's one kid going to SMU playing football, Hunter Ballard, and that's number 1, Ryan Wilson. Just uncalled for, unnecessary. It's kind of just lost their mind.
Wilson crushed him from behind on the crease.
Ballard got Wilson, and Wilson tackled him. What?
You know who threw it?
Ballard. What?
We're going to sort this one out. It looked to me like the initial penalty was going to go against Loyola, and then Wilson
Comes
reacted.
through and hits him with the clear, which is illegal.
12 hit 1.
Goalie?
12.
We're going to step away for just a second. So after the referees sort it all out, it looks like 2 Palos Verdes players are penalized, Ramirez and Wilson, and the Beeler, the goaler for Loyola. So
Flash for the follow-through.
So it'll be 5-on-4 in the attack zone for Loyola.
So Beeler followed through and slashed pretty much on purpose.
So ordinarily it could be catastrophic when your starting goalie gets penalized. However, coming in off the bench for Loyola is All-American Will Parducci. Not really much of a loss there.
No, great goalie, great kid, All-American, going to Babson next year. Was Defensive Player of the Year last year as well in Los Angeles. And it will be interesting if one is locked in. I'm assuming one's locked in, wouldn't you say, Coach?
Yeah, I think one penalty for both of them is probably locked in. But back in action here in this awesome 5v4. Motion's high.
Little box across, coming up.
Skip pass inside, shot to goal. That was number
Great shot by Horowitz.
3, Horowitz.
So again, Horowitz, who tends to be in the right place at the right time, caught it, spun, scored it, and with 10:50 to go, Loyola leads 8-6. And back to the faceoff dot. Chief, you said all 3 locked in?
All 3 penalties locked in, so we're still 5v4 for Loyola.
Clinton looks pretty lonely out there on the dot.
Big win.
Huge win. See if they can clear. Tough going back when you're down a guy. Big Brandon Clark clearing it with ease.
Great strip.
Yeah, you still got 2 timeouts left. It is the 4th quarter. Nice ground ball. Is that where he goes timeout?
Right on time. Jimmy Burrell, timeout.
Yeah, well done. Oh, he's leaving him on.
No timeout. What happened? Procedure? I'm not sure what happened. What happened? Out of bounds? Anyway. Didn't quite catch what went on. I thought it was maybe a timeout. Oh, that's a tough skip. It's an emotional skip. You got to just keep the poise.
Gaffney, yeah, he had Kaiser Fry right on the doorstep, but missed him, and now the ball go back over to Palos Verdes.
Be patient. Find that 2v1. It's there.
So Loyola will be able to double here.
Now one's released.
Oh, Parducci making a first save, coming in cold. He's an All-American. And the outlet.
Fantastic part.
The run up a shot goes wide.
Great outlet pass there.
Shot wide. All even on the field.
Just got into it again.
Back to even strength here. We have got 9.5 minutes to go, 4th quarter. Loyola leads Palos Verdes 8-6.
And the last one just got there was a failed clear is what I didn't see happen. So thanks for the shout out.
And we are switching goalies back. Beeler is back in the game. Pass out front, Kaiser Fry.
How do you get that through? This looked awfully crowded in there.
On the dodge, gets a look. You can tell Loyola's been here before. They've worked about 45 seconds off the clock here. Good possession for them. This is Gaffney on Ramirez. Right out in front, a shot and a goal, and that is our boy Carolyn, I believe. And that is a hat trick for Jack Carolyn off the feed from Gaffney.
out time.
I don't know what's been better for Loyola, the 3 goals from Jack Carolyn or the 2 goals and 2 assists from Owen Gaffney, but either way, those two have really stood up. Clinton with the clean face-off win.
And down the stretch now, Clinton needs to win faces.
Yeah, talking about that face-off. So those goals were obviously huge, but also shout out to Godfried, who's playing great at the face-off dot, you know?
Unofficially, we've got him at almost 65% face-off wins. Nice ground ball.
Feel it a little bit.
Barnes with the ground ball. Inside look. Carolyn, a shot and a goal.
Timeout. I'd get a timeout right here.
Jack Carolyn just scored his 4th goal of the game, and he has put his team up 10-6 with 7:47 to go.
Say that for this.
We have got 7 minutes, 47 seconds to go in regulation. Chief, the Jimmy Burrell called a timeout there. Hurry up. What did he tell him?
Same, guys, start playing our game. We're going to win face-offs. Settle in. Next goal. We got the long man here. Do we say that he said first?
Yeah, we should. So by getting to 10-6 in double digits, Loyola has accomplished the marker that Longman said, which is first team to double digits wins. So he is now squarely on Loyola to win this game. And frankly, the way the Cubs are playing, they look like they could add to it.
Peavy's pushing a little bit here. Loyola needs a possession right now.
Gaffney has been a thorn in PV's side all day, 2 assists, 2 goals. But it's been Jack Carolyn with a 4-goal night that's been the difference.
And Loyola being here 3 years, this is their 4th year in a row. You know, it's no stranger to this. They're very comfortable in this situation, feeling very good about it right now.
When do they slap to keep it in on them? Another 30?
I would definitely be waiting for it. Keep it in. Wait for a keep it in call. Like take a minute off.
It's coming.
Gives a step. Inside, shot goes wide.
Oh, nice. He handle that? He has great hands out there. Just a pep in their step. Again, they look so much faster than they did in the beginning of the year. Finding their groove. Yeah, a lot of confidence out there. Here's the keep it in.
That's the right call.
6 minutes, 5 seconds.
Right now. A play or a dodge.
And Palos had it, lost it. Ball goes back to Loyola.
The keep it in is off now since the possession changed, so you
They
can.
might show another
2 minutes
right now.
off for sure.
Yeah, that's. Shout out to Rick Jewett watching this in Florida.
Speed Fry showing off the wheels there a little bit. Now back to
They're
Gaffney.
going to slap another keep it in on them. They're not even attempting to go to the cage. Which is smart. That's what you should do, right?
Gaffney gets a step, gets a look, shot goes wide.
Not on cage. Keep it in's coming.
Gaffney to bring it in for Loyola.
Coach, at what point do you start doubling the ball or putting pressure on or just trying to get another face-off?
You got to start pushing out now, right? 4:50 to go.
Speed Fry gets a shot, goes high.
Possession shot. Just keep throwing the ball over the goal. You're fine. Back up the
It's
cage.
a nice little possession shot. Loyola is certainly in control of this right now.
Shot goes wide. We have got 4 minutes, 37 seconds to go in the fourth.
I think you gotta
Loyola
blow it out
leads
here,
Palos
so
Verdes
here they
10-6.
come.
Gets a step, inside look, a shot and a goal. Look like number 17. I have that right? Trey Mora?
Yeah, great little move, little switch and go, a little stutter step there.
Loyola goal. Number 17, Trey Logan.
Back of the face-off dot. 4 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Loyola leads this one 11-6. Down in Orange County, Chief, what's going on?
Got a 9-9 ball game, St. Margaret's and Foothill. I know if you're the Cubs thinking that you're going to advance, you're hoping that Foothill pulls it out, feeling you match up well against them.
Much better matchup.
And speaking of matchups, they win the face-off, control it. Timeout Loyola. Resuming action here. Obviously, Palos Verdes pressing out on the ball. Gaffney's had no problem breaking that. He'll get a clean look, a shot, and a goal. That is the third goal of the game for Owen Gaffney, and he has inched that lead ahead to 12-6.
Game over.
It matters.
Back to the dot. Violation. Ball goes back to Loyola with 4 minutes, 7 seconds to go and a double-digit 12-6 lead. Speed Fry. Chief, what is protocol here? If you're being doubled and the cage is wide open, when do you shoot, when don't you?
You don't shoot. You don't shoot. You
Goal, and then you go.
run it out.
Yeah, you run it out.
Because you're not looking to score more. You're looking to win a game, and winning a game is the time right now. You're up 6 goals.
Shoot it over the cage. Shoot it out of bounds.
Horowitz. Shot goes over the cage. Take a minute and call out Palos Verdes on what has been a great season for them. They went through the first 3 quarters of the year with their only loss being to IMG Academy. They ran into a familiar foe tonight here in Loyola, but shout out to McCann, Poseidon, a bunch of guys had great games tonight and a great season for these guys, and they've got most of those guys coming back.
Yeah, they're a junior heavy team. An amazing season. Loyola had their number tonight. They played great. They played pressure, riding the ball. Carolyn had a great game. They had a good defensive scheme in mind. Won face-offs. I thought, they earned it today. They played great.
We are down to 2.5 minutes to go here in regulation. Palos Verdes still working on the attack. Shot, block, rebounds, sharp, couldn't convert. Lefty shot by Michael Nagy goes wide. Let's talk a little bit about Loyola then. They got outstanding contributions from a number of players tonight. Jack Carolyn with 4 goals. Owen Gaffney with 3 goals, 2 assists. Alex Horowitz with 2 goals. Kaiser Fry with a goal and assist. Speed Fry with a goal. Trey Mora with a goal. An excellent goalie play primarily from Beeler, but when Parducci came in during the penalty and the game was still in doubt, made a key save. So great contributions from that entire Loyola.
And also Loyola's defense played an unbelievable game against a fantastic PV offense.
They controlled midfield with the upfield ride. I mean, really not a lot you could go back to the drawing board and say that Loyola failed to do. Just a great all-around game for the Cubs, as they have been wont to do in the championship games. Great hustle there by 28, Matt Garvey. Cubs are not letting down.
Let's just hope everyone keeps their heads here and just finishes out what was, an amazing game.
Yeah, good point. This has been a great night for LA Southern Section lacrosse. Both teams played great. Both teams played hard. Had a little bit of a scrum there a few minutes ago, but that's mainly just competition and high emotion. That double penalty definitely hurt Palos Verdes, but Loyola was ahead when that penalty started, and they have led throughout the 4th quarter.
Out of bounds, maintains PVs.
One minute to go now. Ball comes loose. Chief, you mentioned the matchups for Loyola. They will go down and face either St. Margaret's and Foothill. You said they like the matchup with Foothill.
I think they'd feel a lot more comfortable playing Foothill. I think they match up better. Supposedly Foothill got their best player back, which obviously helps them this year. I think Loyola may have beaten them this year, if I'm correct. I'm not.
Yeah, I believe they did, and as did Palos Verdes. It was a 500 year for Foothill, but they got hot at the end of the year with this player back and made it all the way to their championship game down there.
Should be a great game at Miracosta on Saturday at 1 p.m.
Yeah, so come on out. Saturday at 1 o'clock, you're going to see Loyola against the winner of the Orange County Championship. And we will be there. We'll be streaming that game, but we will be there and hope that everybody comes out. And the girls' game, which will be between Palos Verdes and St. Margaret's, will be at 10 o'clock. So come on out and check us out there. I want to thank our executive producer, Mark Haddad, who was the long man, was here in person all the way from Costa Rica. I want to thank our producer, Lisa Allen. I want to thank my 2 associates, the coach, Chris Hewitt, as well as the chief, Lane Jaffe. For all of them, this is Chopper saying thanks for watching. We will see you next time.
Yeah, I mean, he did. That's what we gave him that third round. But he got walked in the dirt. So he got it. And we got interfered. Pretty good. Good as I can be. I thought, what I saw was he hit the ball after the stick. He never hit a stick. He hit the ball. Gold forward course. Good. That's good to hear. Because I was like, after we said it, like, did he hit it? Bravo.
No.
Watch stuff for you.
I guess, should I stop it now?
Huh?
Should I stop the stream now?